What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Curb Stomp Clips, not the podcast. We're doing a weird clips episode of things because we had big news that dropped that we want to cover before the episode comes out. Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah. Things we do.
Caleb, take it away.
So, in case you didn't know, last night, because we are recording this the morning after AEW aired, AEW had the balls to leak the backstage interaction between Jungle Boy Jack Perry and CM Punk. Correct. And we're going to talk about it because we mentioned in the episode that comes out on 2 days from now that they're going to do it, and we were against it. But that's really it. We barely talk about it because I think we both thought they weren't actually going to do it.
No, I know they were going to do it.
I was calling their bluff.
I thought they were going to do they were going to be smart and show something that actually makes Punk look bad.
Yeah,
it makes him look like
we're going to talk about this whole mess because that wasn't the only shot at WWE. On AEW,
they were really obsessed with WWE last night, and I don't know why.
So first, we're gonna look at the Punk interview because this is where it all started.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't spoken to Tony Khan since the Wembley incident, which is the backstage incident they showed on air.
Yeah,
which is not surprising.
Why would you want to talk to your old boss? I don't talk to my bosses. I barely talk
Punk
to my current.
The company was he was done with the company and wanted his release rather than going to the Dynamite Collision split plan.
Right.
He only agreed to because he had to come back because he had a lot of friends there. So it wasn't even to work for Tony Khan and AEW. It was because he had friends.
Fair. Like Samoa Joe.
He's proud of the cool shit he did, to be fair.
What cool shit did he do? Because I thought he had 2 matches there.
The big quote that came out of it was when he was asked if AEW would be sticking around. He said, "It'll always exist as long as Tony's willing to put money in it."
I don't think so.
As long as Tony will put money in it, it'll exist.
I don't think so. Shot at some point has to step in and be like, nah, we ain't doing this shit anymore.
He was sold on AEW being an alternative to WWE.
Which it is.
Well, Punk doesn't think it's as big of an alternative, and he said it's the biggest shame to me.
I'm tempted to agree after last night.
He also said guaranteed money ruined pro wrestling.
Guaranteed money, like how guaranteed contracts work in the NFL?
Yes. And said if you get paid off the house things, it would be drastically different.
I don't think it ruined. I think that if Roman Reigns can get $5 million for sitting out his ass, recovering from leukemia, and then making sure he doesn't come back, fine by me.
Yeah. He had 2 contracts with AEW.
Who?
He had one as a talent, Punk.
Wow.
He had 2, one as a talent and one as a consultant to Khan.
A consultant?
And he thinks Tony still wishes he was there.
Seeing as he released footage.
But there are others who he thinks are glad is gone. He won't say who, but it's people who didn't want him there in the first place.
I think Tony wants him there, seeing as Tony released footage to discredit WWE.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's just the whole Punk side of it.
Punk never lied in that interview.
And it wasn't quoted there. Punk straight up said he was the one who he pushed them first. He pushed Jack Perry first, and then just choked the man out.
Yeah, and we're like, yeah, bullshit. There had to be if Tony Khan was feeling surrender with his life. Yeah, it was fearing for his life. It had to be more than that. It had to be the fucking Omni-Man beat down fucking Invincible. It had to be something so fucking scary and disgusting that you would be you had to get one of the best wrestlers of all time out of your company immediately.
Yeah, it's fun. It's funny.
But the footage was released, and I want to say yes, like hitting your coworker is frowned upon in any workplace ever.
I really wish there was sound.
I wish there was too, but I mean, CM Punk told us the sound, and seeing as the exact events that he described happened, I'm gonna go with the sounds pretty correct from him.
The other thing that happened before this AEW show is Triple H took a shot saying, "If you're not in it for the grind, we don't want you here."
Mm-hmm.
It felt like a direct shot at Will Ospreay, Okada, Jay White.
Well,
guys,
didn't Ospreay go to AEW for that reason? Because it was an easy schedule?
He was willing to come to America to wrestle, but he wanted to be able to have the option to go home from time to time.
Yeah, and he took the option to be a part-time wrestler.
So, what was interesting was Ospreay's the one who took the shot back.
That's what I'm saying.
So, now let's get to what happened last night. They did leak the footage, and I think a lot of people are thinking it was a bluff to try to get people to watch this show.
What was?
Saying they were going to leak the footage. Well, I saw a lot of people actually shocked.
It was a scheme to get people to be interested in the Dynasty pay-per-view. Yep. Which is kind of sad that you have to release private footage of an interaction that happened backstage when you keep claiming that it's the safest place to work in wrestling to get them to watch your pay-per-view. I think that's just sad. But they did release the footage.
Yeah.
They tried to tie it in with like FTR and the Young Bucks rivalry, and I don't think it really worked.
It didn't.
And I don't think it really in our favor.
It felt very clear the intention.
But the footage was basically Punk starts talking to what's his fucking face? I don't give a shit.
Jack Perry.
Thank you, Jack Perry. And then like obviously it gets a little heated. Like you can see them start getting heated. Punk pushes him and puts him in a chokehold, and then Samoa Joe, a referee, and a few people kind of come by and split them up. It's like a 3, 4, 5 second type like tussle. Nothing more. I don't even think Tony Khan was in the area.
I don't think he was.
But like you can see people like there's Hook just standing there like going like looking back and forth, which I thought was fucking hilarious. And you see Malachi Black just walking in and like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Obviously it was just kind of like a butting of heads type thing. It wasn't like a real attack.
But Punk kicked his ass.
He kicked his ass so badly. Forbes literally.
Yeah.
CM Punk defeats Jack Perry in backstage.
The results: Ed's defeat Penta El0 for the AEW TNT title. Shane Taylor Promotions defeats Chris Jericho, Hook, and I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. CM Punk defeats Jack Perry backstage footage from All In 2023.
Forbes is fucking just trolling this shit out of AEW.
But how do you think backstage of AEW took it?
Probably terribly. They're like, you showed off us getting our asses kicked.
The backstage morale in AEW is very low, as a lot of people there are very frustrated with Tony Khan for airing that CM Punk and Jungle Boy backstage All-In footage.
Yeah, because you showed the guy you cited with getting his ass kicked and not being that big of a deal. And like, if Tony Khan purposely didn't show footage of CM Punk and his interaction, probably because it just makes it look like CM Punk's like, just go deal with it, and then like probably walked away, or like, hey, I went out, and then just walked away. So, and because there's more footage, he said that there's more footage. He said there is footage of interaction with CM Punk.
Yes.
So either they're waiting for next week to air that, or they're just not wanting to show it because they don't want to look bad.
Yeah. And now here's some other thing. Bubba Ray Dudley WWE legend, but also WWE. He's been harsh on them at times. Straight up said, "This company needs help at this point." I hope even you diehards realize it.
It does need help. Like, there's a commentator. I don't remember what his name is. But he worked with WCW back in 2000.
And they're making the same mistakes they made.
Literally, his face is just no.
He worked for ECW.
They worked for WCW.
No, it was WCW. It was WCW.
Damn.
It was WCW because ECW didn't.
He literally has the same face that he had working for WCW. I'm like, dude. He wanted to be at like witnessing the downfall of two wrestling companies for doing stupid decisions.
Yeah, but here's more of Bubba. This is Bubba. This is his entire quote about it.
Mm-hmm.
I normally these would be we would go partial. This doesn't feel like it's to be a partial. Before I put my weary head down on my pillow, I will pray to God for AEW, and I will say, God, I hope they popped the rating tonight. I hope something positive came out of this footage or came out of tonight. Because when tomorrow comes, if that rating is not good, if they're not back up to at least 800,000, it's going to be dogpile on the rabbit, and the rabbit is going to deserve the dogpile. This is not on the talent. This is not on the locker room. And most of the time, it never ever is across the board. It's on creative. It's on the booker. It's on the matchmaker. This company needs help. At this point, I hope even you diehards realize that. There are a lot of people who want to help. I've gone on record to say I would help for free.
Yeah.
Job. When I just performed in front of 72,000 people as a guest referee, you're out of your fucking mind. He's not wrong.
It's just like, and I think the worst part about this is that they went in so confident that this footage would turn everyone's minds about AEW, and that this would be like this whole like grand like stand against CM Punk. Because for some reason they have this weird us against them type mentality. And they just start copyright striking Twitter pages and taking videos down from Twitter pages and YouTube pages because it backfired on them.
Yeah. They're trying to backpedal on it so much.
You got fucking clowned all over the internet. Again, like, attacking your coworker, no bueno. But the fact that you're the guy you said to have got bitched, and then everyone's clowned you for it, and then you're like, I'm gonna take everything down now. It makes you even look worse. You left it up and like kind of just be like, yeah, we released it, fuck it, like let it air out. I think people have been like the next day would be like, it's fine. It was funny. Let's move on. But the fact that you're now trying to backpedal and remove it from the internet looks bad.
Even Eric Bischoff dropped a clown emoji on Tony Khan.
Because it's not even like I don't want to blame like even the Young Bucks. I know they're in charge of stuff like that, but like I think it's just plain old Tony having the ego trip and had to release this and try to spin it into something. I don't fucking know, man.
Bad.
Now,
ready for the last piece?
Oh.
Hold on. Sorry. Oh, so Dave Meltzer says there's more footage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That the incident with Khan wasn't shown.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's additional. I don't believe Dave Meltzer, but like even Dave Meltzer's like, this looks bad. Like
now, the fun part. Will Ospreay takes comment at Triple H's comments from running from the grind. Will Ospreay said the guy that said it is only in the position he's in because he was grinding on the boss's daughter.
I said, the reign of terror was before he married Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything with Triple H was before Stephanie. Like I think they got married in like 2003, which was like in the middle of the reign of terror. So the reign of terror started before Stephanie.
Yeah.
And I like, you know what Triple H is doing instead of like wondering about what AEW is doing? He's curled up with his beautiful wife and dreaming of what his new golden boy in Cody Rhodes is gonna do for the next 6 months to a year with his new WWE Championship. Like, bro was not worried about anything. He went on Logan Paul's podcast and said, "We are just gonna keep fucking trucking because this is the start of a new era." He's excited for bro was not concerned about AEW whatsoever. People will comment about the other companies. Really, right now is AEW commenting about WWE. They make like CM Punk.
WWE will make this sly comment here and there.
They'll reference it,
but they won't do it on air. They haven't really done it on air recently.
Or they'll just reference it. It's not like they don't take shots. They just reference it.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, what were you doing in that other company? Like, yeah, they I don't know. It's this weird. AEW's got this weird stick with their ass with the stuff. It's like you can do your own thing. You don't need to comment on your competition. WCW did that. ACW did that, and then guess what? It fucked them over. It makes you look jealous. Makes you look lesser. Makes you look like your little brother in the situation. And they just come out looking bad, and then people leave. They go watch WWE because right now, people are excited to see what's next. You're not exciting people to see what's next. You're exciting people to go see what they're doing. It's like when WCW, like Mick Foley just like won the championship. Everyone scrambled the Raw. No one cared about what WCW was showing. They just wanted to see Mick Foley win the WWE championship.
Yeah.
Like, you can't comment on the other company. Anything else to add?
It's a mess. It's a mess. I want AEW to succeed.
Well, obviously,
I'll make that clear. I want AEW to succeed. I want more wrestling than not more wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But they need to stop thinking about a WWE 24/7. Granted, I'm gonna guarantee you WWE thinks about AEW a lot. But it's not in front of people. It's not at the detriment of the show they put on every week.
I don't think that they're like, when they were playing a show, they're like, man, we gotta beat AEW. They're like, man, AEW was a fucking pain in my ass, but like, we're gonna go on whatever we can.
Granted, there was one time where it was clear that they were thinking about AEW and John Cena, Undertaker, Cody Rhodes all pulled up too.
That's because Tony declared war. That's why.
And so the rivalry is there.
Uh-huh.
It feels very one-sided.
Uh-huh.
But AEW needs to stop booking everything around this war and just book a good show. Because that's how you compete.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I have nothing else.
I have one final question to close us this clips episode, whatever, put out. Is this the downfall of AEW?
Not yet. It's if anything, we're gonna look back in 4 years if AEW is done in 4 years as the start of it.
Okay.
I hope it's not.
No, because competition is good for business.
Yes, for both of them.
Yeah, and
I want more wrestling.
Even if you're like one-sided, like you're like a straight up just WWE fan, it's good for business. You want to have AEW be around. Granted, they may take some talent like Mercedes Moné and Edgeway, but like you want them to take some people that actually good. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe. Tell us what you think about this whole AEW debacle, and until our the episode. Bye bye.
Peace.